Hey there, Benedict here, and in the last video we showed you how to change strings on your Dullahan, and in this video we're going to show you how to master this new hardware and how to set it up quickly. So let's start and let's talk about the tools. You're going to need the Allen wrenches that come with the guitar, then this little metal rod, you're going to need it for the truss rod. Then you're going to need a feeler gauge, a ruler, metal ruler, and of course a Capo, and they all come with our toolkit. So let's start with the truss rod. You're going to need your Capo at the first fret, then your feeler gauge, and I like to actually mark the feeler gauge that I'm using to measure the distance for your truss rod and mark it with a Sharpie. Comes in handy, especially if you don't do that kind of stuff very often. So then you take your index finger, right hand, and push down at the last fret, measure with your feeler gauge at the 8th fret, and the distance should roughly be around 0.25 millimeters. So as you have seen, we have a little space in between the feeler gauge and the string, so therefore we can actually tighten the truss rod a little bit. And rule of thumb, lefty loosey, righty tighty. If you adjust the truss rod, just be careful, always do it like in small increments, 1/8 of a turn, then measure, and then you're good to go, no need to be afraid of it. So now that we've set the neck relief, let's dig into the hardware and get our action set. Therefore we're going to need our ruler. And I like to have it set at a distance of roughly 2 millimeters. That's like a good starting point, and you can adjust it to your personal preference. Like, it really depends, first, what kind of string do you use and how hard do you pick. Also make sure to adjust it as well, like I did with the truss rod, while you have your guitar in your playing position. So we were a tiny little bit above the 2 millimeters, so therefore we're going to lower it a little bit, and that's pretty easy. First, loosen the screw. Then you can use a pick or a screwdriver to drive that thing down a little bit, then screw it back in place. Then we're going to bring it back up to pitch. Then we're going to measure it again. And always tune up in between those steps just to make sure your measurements are correct. Alright, now we set the neck relief, we set our action, now it's time to do the intonation. To set your intonation, compare your open string against your fretted note at the 12th fret, the octave so to speak. So let's do it. Open string. And now compare it to the 12th fret. So our tone at the 12th fret was a tiny little bit flat, so therefore we need, if a tone is too flat, we need to shorten the amount of string that actually is ringing. So therefore, we want to move that thing forward. Let's do it. First, loosen the string. Take your Allen wrench. Then move it forward just a little bit. Tighten the screw. Bring it back up to pitch. Alright, that's how we set it up. Let's recap again. Like, neck relief, 0.25 millimeters. Capo first fret, finger last fret, and measure at the 8th fret. Then we set our action, therefore we had 2 millimeters at the low E string. And for the high E, it's better to have it a little lower, so around 1.5. Those are approximations, it really depends on how you play your guitar. Then we did set up our intonation. Like, if your pitch at the 12th fret compared to the open string is too low, then you need to shorten the string, so therefore move the saddle forward. If your 12th fret is too high, then you have to lengthen the string and therefore move the saddle backwards. So there you have it. That was a quick how to set up your Dullahan with a new Apollo-equipped hardware. And yeah, let us know what you think down in the comments below, and until next time, bye bye.